Creatives, how are you? Welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. Build the Moomin House, Box 7, Part 2. In this video, we'll be starting issue 22 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. So, in the last video, we constructed the basement. Here it is. And then we gave it a dark colour wash, as you can see. The next part that I'm supposed to do is start building the armchair. I'm waiting on sandpaper to come. So what I've decided to do is start issue 22, which continues the basement build and also continues the sofa build from issue 21. So I can, it's how flexible the build is. I can flick between issues when and as I need to. So another great graphic on the front there, nice colour as well. So let's have a look in here. So as you can see, we finish off the basement here, and we also finish off the sofa, but I need to start the sofa once I've got sandpaper. Looks really good. More information about the Moomin world. Finn family, Moomin troll. Moomin troll on a cloud. So here we are. Here's a step-by-step instructions of what we need to do to complete. So we're going to be constructing this section here, and these are the components that correspond with this section. So what I will do is I will open up these components and do that bit of prep work before we start. Let's just go through the, see we are continuing to construct the sofa, and then we have to paint it, and we've got to put the cushions on it, the padding on it. Another great graphic on the back there. So what we need to do is we need to make sure we've got everything that it says here. So let's just separate our blisters. Need a little help there from the knife. There we go. So just lay our components out from this issue. Three of those, one of those. Some of these are for the basement, some of these are for the sofa. That's our material for the sofa. So let's make sure we've got everything. We've got our supports here, our two supports. We have our front panels here, and then we've got a front panel with a hole in it here. We have our top rail here. And those are the components for the basement that will come on the front of here. And then we also have our sofa components, which is a decorative strip there. We have front legs here. We've got rear legs here. We've got our fabric here. We have our decorative slit, which is here. And we have our cushions here and here. And then we have armrest cushions here and here. So we have everything we need. So I'm going to split it into two. So I'll put the sofa components over here with all my other sofa components that I will be doing once I get, see, because I've got to sand all these edges off. So I'll put them aside there. And we have our components to complete the basement unit, and we'll end up like this. So let's begin. So what we need to do is we need to paint or colour wash all our components in this colour here, this dark brown here. So we get our components and put them on here so that we don't get paint on this surface, although it's not the cleanest. And luckily I still have my paint that I mixed up from the previous video when I was colour washing this. So all these components need to be colour washed. Just going to give the paint a little mix. I think I'll put a little bit of water in there as well. There. So it's not too thick. Let me just test that. Bit more water in there. I want it to be as thin as possible. Yeah, that's fine. So we can start to paint our components. So as we did with the basement, we need to move quite rapidly with the paint. There we go, just moving the paint very quickly. Just gonna dab it there. Just moving the paint rapidly over each side. Trying to use as little paint as possible because I don't want it to pool up anywhere. Getting both sides done. And we have to colour wash all sides. Let that soak in. I've got plenty of wash to paint everything. That's them too. Now we've got these panels. Move the paint around as quickly as possible so it doesn't pool up anywhere. This panel with a hole in it. Bit more paint on there. It's working the brush really, really quickly so it doesn't pool up anywhere. rail here. Turn it side there. Can get a better purchase on it. Okay, so I'm going to leave these to dry, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the other sides until they're all completely done. As you can see, they match the basement now. Right, turn our pieces over and do another side. Oops, just got to be careful that the paint doesn't pool up anywhere. There. Turn these over. We only need to do the edges of this. We don't need to do both sides. So we'll do these edges. We'll probably be able to do all the edges actually. Let's just spin it around. Yeah, because this side's not going to be painted because it isn't going to be visible. So we'll do the edges on here. Just cover all the surfaces except the back, because the back won't be seen because there is a stone wall that will be covering over that section. So it's just the inside of the basement that needs to be painted with colour wash. It's allowing that paint to soak in, the wash to soak in, so that it's all the same colour as the basement. Turn this over. And paint and wash this again, this side. Just keep the paint moving. Stop it from pooling anywhere. It's really picking up the wood grain there. Really like that. Just take some excess paint off the brush. So I'm going to leave this to dry and then I'll come back. Let's turn these over and paint the next side. Making sure all the sides are painted. with this colour wash. I'm going to do the tops and bottoms of this top rail just to make sure that it's all done, including these two ends here. I just want it all to be the same colour or the same wash. Even though they're quite dark, I just want to make sure that I'm doing them all the same colour wash, so that if any of these edges are visible, I'll know that they're all same colour and they'll fit in with the basement, with the interior of the basement, because that's what these are. These are interior walls at the front once they're in place. So I'll come back and I'll finish the last side there. Just the final side, this side and this side, and we'll be done. Okay. So I'm going to leave them to dry, and then we can start assembling them in the front of the basement here. Right, we're ready to attach these components to the basement, and we'll be using our trusty wood glue to achieve that. I'm going to get a cocktail stick. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to attach these two supports and glue them in, and then we put the panels in, and then we put the rail on top. So there's two sides to it, so you've got like a one with a square chip out there, that's the top, and at the bottom is like that, and that protruding out fits in that hole, and that one fits in that hole. So we need to put glue here and here, and we've got to make sure that this groove here faces forward like that, so that the top rail will fit. So let's put some glue on the first one there. On the first support, just spread the glue around. Attach. Remember this groove needs to go at the front, and we'll sit it in there. We'll just use our cocktail stick to clear off the excess glue. And at the back as well. although it dries clear, I just want to have a clean surface. So that is our first component in place. Do the same with this one. So add some wood glue to the bottom of our support. And attach, remembering this groove sits at the front, and just slot it in place there. And we've got to attach our panels. And our panels go in dark side facing inwards to match the rest of the basement, and they slot in there like that. So start off with this one. I'm going to put some glue on the tab. And put some glue on that side there. And I'm going to use my cocktail stick to move the glue around, making sure we get glue everywhere we need it. Not using too much glue, just enough to, okay, and we remember dark side in, so we turn it over and we all the way down, slot it in the hole there. That is in place. Do it the same with the other one, dark side in. Make sure the whole lines up there. Okay. Some wood glue at the bottom. Cocktail stick to move that glue around. Bit more glue on this side. Just move the glue around. Just make sure we've got enough glue on here. Stick it down. Same again, dark side in, light side out. Slide it in there. Get it in the groove, and that's in. Let's clean the excess glue off that. Now this one, just make sure we line it up so, okay. Glue at the bottom. Spread it around. Dark side in again. Slot this in between the two supports. bit of a squeeze, but, and then if we get our screwdriver, until I get my mallet, just tap it in place. There. Remove our excess glue. And it should look like this. And then on the inside, it will look like this. Excess glue in there as well. Let's just clean up. And inside should look like this. We just need to put the support, the top rail on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue at the top of all of these. This on the panels. Also here and here, and also on this, the cutaway areas there. So that's the glue. I'm just going to spread it around so that there's an even coat across. Across all the sections for our top rail to fit in comfortably. There, that's ready now for the top rail. And the top rail sits here. Clean up any excess glue there. Make sure it's all lined up. That is our finished basement. Look on the inside. And that's what it should look like when it's finished. There'll be a stone wall facing there on the outside that will match the rest of the basement outside wall. But we're done. I'd like to thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.